The council had grown accustomed to seeing species scurry and struggle for attention, each vying for influence, territory, or favor. They prided themselves on the balance they maintained, a network of alliances and hierarchies that spanned countless star systems. Yet, when the human delegation arrived at the council chamber for the final session before their departure, there was a quiet tension that even the oldest counselors sensed but did not understand. The humans did not make a show of power. Their ships were modest in appearance, their voices measured and calm. Where other species displayed bright displays of authority or conducted elaborate ceremonies to flaunt their technological marvels, humanity had only the simple dignity of preparation. They brought no fleets, no dazzling technologies, no exotic weapons to awe the council. Just themselves, their intentions clear, their departure inevitable. It was Caro, the senior counselor from the Drelith Dominion, who first broke the silence, leaning forward and speaking in the language common to all. You cannot truly leave humans. You are interwoven with systems, agreements, and treaties. Your exit would destabilize countless arrangements. Explain why you insist on this. The human spokesperson, a man with a calm demeanor and eyes that seemed to weigh each word, replied without hesitation. We have observed the workings of this council, the way species bend and break in pursuit of influence. We have measured the costs, the compromises, the cruelty that is sometimes hidden behind law and procedure. Our people do not wish to participate in this system any longer. We depart in silence with no intention of interference, but also with no further need for recognition or approval. There was a murmur of disbelief. The council had faced threats before, invasions, plagues, economic collapses, but none had ever simply walked away. Not in silence, not without demands, not without spectacle. The humans were leaving, and in doing so they refused to allow anyone to dictate the terms. Leaving does not absolve you of your responsibilities, argued Matarl, the representative of the Selenian Accord. All agreements require acknowledgement. Your departure destabilizes trade routes, communication networks, even security protocols. You cannot simply vanish. The human spokesperson shook his head ever so slightly. We understand the consequences. That is why we leave precisely as we are. You will have no cause to intervene because our systems, our settlements, and our industries are self-sustaining. We are prepared to disengage entirely. The mistakes we might have made in participation are ours alone. We will not compound them with dependence on your approval. Some of the younger counselors whispered nervously, unsure if the humans were bluffing. Many of the older ones, seasoned in centuries of galactic politics, were quietly impressed. This was not arrogance, nor was it naive recklessness. It was an assertion of independence the likes of which the council had never seen. Over the next weeks, the humans undertook their preparations. Their fleets, vast but unostentatious, began leaving orbital yards and planetary docks, quietly disengaging from communication relays and bureaucratic networks. Entire star systems under human stewardship were gradually transitioned to autonomous management, leaving no debts, no lingering conflicts, no unfinished obligations. The council watched, growing increasingly anxious. Each day they sent envoys with requests, demands, and reminders, but every message returned with a polite acknowledgement and nothing more. It was the silence that gnawed at them. No threats, no negotiations, no last-minute bargaining. Humanity moved with a quiet, relentless precision, dismantling dependence and disengaging from every network the council thought it controlled. Where other species might have left chaos, the humans left only order, an unsettling testament to their capability and forethought. When the final human convoy prepared to depart the edge of known space, the council convened an emergency session. The senior members were pale, a rare expression of fear betraying centuries of authority. They have left the inner systems, Caro said. All communications have ceased. They have abandoned the council entirely, and yet there is no collapse. No failure, nothing. How is this possible? A younger counselor representing the pacifist Ilvar species whispered, their infrastructure was always underestimated. They plan for everything. Even in leaving, they have ensured nothing suffers. Matarl slammed a clawed hand against the council table. You do not understand. If they leave completely, there is no way to monitor them. We cannot enforce regulations. We cannot claim oversight. They are beyond our control. Do you realize what this means? The spokesperson of humanity, still present for the last ceremonial discussion, simply nodded once. We are beyond your control. That has always been our intent. But do not confuse disengagement with hostility. Our departure is a testament to your failure to foster true cooperation. You have built a system of compliance, fear, and hierarchy, not of understanding or respect. We choose neither oppression nor dependence. We choose freedom. The humans boarded their flagship quietly. No banners were flown, no signals blared. They departed the chamber, then the planetary system, and finally the edges of the known galaxy, leaving behind only the echoes of their presence. As they receded into the void, the council convened a panic-stricken session. "The humans are gone," Caro said. "Gone in a manner we cannot influence, track, or retrieve." "What have we done?" For the first time, the council collectively felt the weight of underestimation. In every history record, humans were often described as unpredictable, sometimes reckless, but rarely competent in ways that surpassed expectations. They had never imagined a species so unassuming could execute a departure of this magnitude, with precision, foresight, and total independence. Across the galaxy, other species began to notice the human absence. Trade disruptions were minimal. Systems that once depended on human administration continued functioning flawlessly under autonomous protocols. Intelligence networks found no interference, no sabotage, only the absence of data where humans had once existed. What was initially thought to be a minor disruption turned into a realization. Humanity had left without leaving anything undone. An emergency transmission was sent to the Council by the Dralith Dominion scouting fleet. We tracked the humans for 10 parsecs beyond the fringe. Their trajectory does not indicate aggression or retreat. They are moving outward in deliberate silence, maintaining operations, avoiding contact, and leaving nothing to chance. We cannot anticipate their next destination, nor predict any response from them. They have taken a step beyond our comprehension. Panic and awe mingled in the council chambers. Some members tried to argue that this was only the first stage of a larger human strategy, that perhaps withdrawal was camouflage for an eventual return in overwhelming force. Others quietly admitted what many had feared but refused to acknowledge openly. Humans had proved that they could operate independently of the council entirely. Their methods were invisible, their discipline unmatched, and their foresight unparalleled. Weeks passed, months. The council convened repeatedly, debating what measures might yet regain influence over humanity. Entire sessions were dedicated to speculation, strategy, and projections. Yet no single plan could match the reality of the humans' departure, silent, precise, and complete. It was not vengeance, nor threat, nor diplomacy that the humans left behind. It was possibility. They had demonstrated a model of self-sufficiency and strategic foresight that no species had anticipated. And in doing so, they left a lesson the Council could not forget. Underestimating humanity had always been a mistake, but now that mistake had consequences the galaxy itself would feel. Centuries later, the edge of human-controlled space was marked not by conquest but by presence. The Council had attempted to assert jurisdiction, influence, and observation, but every initiative met the same result. Humanity had already planned for it. Outposts operated autonomously. Ships traveled where needed. Trade and communication flowed with efficiency the Council could not emulate. Wherever humans touched, systems thrived quietly without interference, without spectacle. In the chambers of the Council, long after the humans had passed beyond reach, the words were repeated in hushed tones. They departed in silence, and we instantly regretted it. The phrase became a cautionary proverb, a reminder that a species capable of foresight, planning, and silent precision was not one to be coerced, underestimated, or challenged. Humanity had departed, yet their influence persisted not through power, but through an irrefutable demonstration of capability and wisdom. In the end, the Council learned a painful truth. The galaxy had changed the moment humanity chose silence over engagement, independence over subjugation, foresight over spectacle. And though the humans were gone, their lesson remained, etched into the very fabric of interstellar politics, whispered in every chamber, and remembered by every species that had once thought themselves clever enough to shape human destiny. Humanity had left quietly, but the void they left behind spoke louder than any declaration, and the Council, which had once believed itself unassailable, understood that they had miscalculated catastrophically.